I just had this really cool insight come through for me, and I felt excited about just passing it on. As a lot of you know, I'm dealing with immense darkness in my living situation right now. And it's so interesting to feel the flow of how this moment and how the divine wants me to meet it. Sometimes I'm feeling like, opening to the darkness and just opening to what is and surrendering and just allowing everything to be here and going into this oneness state with it, where it's just like there is no darkness, there is no Matthew, there's just energy. And just allowing myself to stay in that surrendered state. I feel like, sometimes the divine is guiding me to do that because there's like a harmony there, and we could call this the feminine or yin. And then other times I notice the divine guides me to take a more, we could say, masculine or yang approach, where it's like we're setting boundaries, we're coming into this place of like asserting ourselves more. It's like more of a penetrating energy of like this. And it's so interesting, like this energy, when it naturally, here's the insight that really came through, it naturally flows from surrender. So you're surrendered, you're very open, you're in the feminine, you could say, in the yin. And then it just naturally, from that place, you're guided into this place, like more of a penetrating, masculine, yang type of energy. But it's not force, because a lot of people will try to get in their masculine, or you know what I mean, or like in their yang, but it's through force. And that kind of fights against life, and that's not true power, And I was just feeling like how life guides us. It's like this ebb and a flow. It's like the feminine, all the way feminine, leads right into this masculine power. And then that, after a certain amount of time, like that assertiveness, that more penetrating type of energy, over time, it's like you're guided back into this deep feminine, this deep sense of surrendering. But a lot of us, we like to hang on to either both or one or the other. So a lot of people, life will take them into the masculine, and then they'll just want to stay there. They'll love how it feels, because it feels like you feel so powerful and so big and alive. And then people just want to stay there. And then but if we cling to that state when life is guiding us to go back into the feminine, it'll start to feel very forced, very exhausting, and we'll get really burned out. I've done this a number of times. And so the lesson is like, always flow with where life wants you in this sense. And then I've had this too, and I know a lot of people like to do this, where we're in the feminine and then life's guiding us to be more assertive, but we're like, I just want to stay here. I just want to melt all day, And then that will start to feel really dry, and you'll start to feel like life is trying to wake up a different movement in you. So this is the teaching, the essence of this is the feminine leads naturally into the masculine, and the masculine leads naturally back into the feminine. And it's one movement. It's like the masculine and the feminine are actually one energy, in a sense. Getting chills saying that. And so many people get hung up on, I gotta work on my masculine, I gotta get more in my masculine, or I gotta just be more in my feminine. And that could be true from a relative state, because maybe you are in a really masculine state and life is trying to guide you into more feminine, and vice versa. But I just want you guys to know, it's like these energies, they feed into each other, and you're not really going to probably be guided to be one way all the time, and one way isn't better than the other, and they're actually both the same, and they actually both support each other. And this is the essence of surrender, is allowing yourself to embody and be with whatever life is moving you into. And I just brought that up because I've been working with this darkness in this environment I'm in. You can catch some of my more previous videos if you want the gritty details. But it's so interesting how sometimes life is just like, just be feminine, just surrender to what's here, just merge with this energy, just be one with it. And then other times it's like, whoop, assert yourself, come into this more like I keep saying, just this penetrating type of place where you're really boundaried, and it's just more of this outflow of energy, you could say, going outwards. And that's how my videos work sometimes too. Is like sometimes I'm in this outflow, like today, this is my 3rd video. Must be my birthday present from the divine. Hey, we're gonna give you 3 channeled videos. But just to know, like, yeah, like you get to just be with life and to try not to cling to one or the other. That's the thing, is like, if I stay clinging to, I gotta channel 3 videos every day, well, sooner or later, I'll probably like crash and burn, right? Because some days the divine's like, no videos. And I'm like, but I want to shoot a video. But that would be force, and force has no power. So we want to be where the power is. So if we're in the feminine, but the life is really guiding us to be in the masculine, we're not in our power. And the same is true vice versa. If we're in the masculine, trying to cling to the masculine, but life is asking us to surrender into the feminine, we're not going to be in our power. And that's what I was going through today. I was like, well, the masculine worked yesterday with this challenging energetic scenario I'm dealing with. It's like, well, the masculine worked yesterday, so today it's feeling kind of dull though, and not alive. And that's because life is saying, well, today we're moving you back into the feminine, the allowing, and then from there to here, from here to here. And it just moves like that. And it can be quick sometimes, but really it's just like attuning to this flow of life force and how it wants to move through you, and realizing like we all have masculine and feminine in us. This isn't about gender or anything. This is just about the textures and flavors of energy, of life force that flow through us. And yes, some of us will be more oriented to probably being in the masculine more often, while others will be more oriented to being in the feminine more frequently. And that also doesn't have much to do with gender. I just want to make this point. I've been really surrendered in the feminine before and felt very manly. So this isn't about feeling manly or womanly or anything like that. This is more just like different tints of energy and really aligning with and living in congruence and attunement with your own unique energetic signature. And so, yeah, maybe you'll be asked to be more in the feminine than the masculine, or vice versa. Maybe you're more in the masculine and like life has you there, whatever, 60% of the time. But the key is just finding what's true for you and merging with your life force and your energy stream, because that's where your power is. So if you're naturally more oriented towards this feminine type of energetic signature, but you're always in the masculine, trying to be in the masculine to get things done, or you have a lot of conditioning saying you should be in the masculine, you're going to notice you're going to be burnt out a lot. You're not going to get many results from doing that, because your power is actually aligning with who you really are, like your energetic signature. And you'll notice if you just start doing that, you might be in the feminine and you might not be doing as much, but you'll feel more powerful. You'll feel more supported and abundant and guided. And when you do act, your actions will have great power and will make a much bigger impact. And so it's just about staying aligned with, your truth. And I think that's a common one. A lot of people, because of our conditioning, the Industrial Revolution, and even going back before then, so many of us have been conditioned to feel like we need to be in the masculine all the time. But I think with the energies on Earth right now, she's helping us, meaning Gaia is helping us to align with and come into congruence with more of our feminine nature. She's like really trying to show us the imbalances that have been created. And you want your life you want to feel like kind of like a more effortless existence. Like when you're in the masculine, it shouldn't feel forced. We don't want to be using a bunch of will power. At least that's how I'm feeling into it today. Like yesterday, I was in my masculine, but there was not like a personal will doing it. It was like the divine brought me into my masculine. And that's why it felt so powerful. And today I was trying to use a little will to be in the masculine, and it just didn't. I was like, oh, this is actually causing, it's actually making it more difficult. It was making it more difficult for me to be with the darkness that I'm encountering. So that's the other thing. The mind's going to get hung up on what worked yesterday or last week, and it's like every moment's brand new and spontaneous. It's like, what is this moment calling forward in you? And can you just let go into that? And sometimes letting go is going, like I said, into the masculine, into that type of more charging forward energy, like the blazing. Yesterday I was like in this blazing a trail energy, and it was really fun and exciting. And then today it's like less like, all right, more melting, more sort of just kind of, you could say, surrender. But there is an element of surrender when you're in the masculine, and it's true as well. So yeah, I think I've said enough words. This feels complete. Got some good chills on this one. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying all of these channeled videos today on my birthday. Yeah, I'll put a link in the donation box if you want to support this work with a donation. Those are always very much appreciated. And I'm going to just keep trying to bring through insights as they come to me, and the ones that really excite me, those are the ones I feel like, okay, yeah, there's something there for the collective too. Sending you all so much love. Until next time, namaste.